What's baking, hot toads? Welcome back to Monkey Boys Toys, and welcome back to the sofa. Thanks very much for joining me again. Here's a small upside down lamb to look at. Now this week I thought I'd take a break from Playmobil and just show you guys a couple of things that have come into the Monkey Boy nest. One of which is a DC figure that I've recently picked up, and the other is a really kind and thoughtful gift from Dave over at Vintage Toy Rush. But before I get into the gift, I'll just show you the figure that I bought. First things first though, I shall remove a small upside down lamb from the shot, and then we'll bring in the figure. Now we won't linger too long on this, but it is the DC Multiverse, the Joker, the Clown from McFarlane. Now this is part of the Three Jokers series, but for me this is the best one of the bunch. It's an excellent sculpt of the Joker. He's got quite the cleft in his chin, as you can see. See if we can get the cleft any closer. That's probably about as close as I can get it. Yes, quite the cleft. But yeah, really nice looking figure, really colourful. He's got an excellent sinister look on his face, which I do like. I do like a nice sort of creepy, sinister looking Joker sculpt. And this certainly fits the bill. So yeah, it looks like a really nice figure. I won't be opening it, so it's difficult to tell without it being in hand, but certainly it looks the part in the box. He's got a couple of accessories with him. He comes with a crowbar or a pry bar, and he also comes with a fish. Now this fish has got a face on it. Now I don't know if you'll be able to see. If I turn it round, I don't know if it'll pick it up on the camera, but this fish actually has a sort of grinning face on it. If I can find a picture online, I'll pop it on the screen so that you can have a look at it. If I can't find a picture, then I won't. But yeah, so that's the first thing that I received this week. Is the Joker, the Clown figure from McFarlane. So there we go. That will go with all the others. And so just before I get into the gift from VTR Dave, I'll just give Skeletor a shout because I think he might be interested in having a look at this. Skeletor!
What?
Come here, mate. I've got something to show you.
Oh, Monkey Boy, I'm busy.
No, you're not busy. Come on. Come and have a look at this.
Oh, right, I'm coming. Right, what is it, Monkey Boy? Show me immediately.
Right, well, there's been a lovely gift from VTR Dave, and I thought you might like to have a look at what he's sent.
Okay, well, put me over there.
Okay, I'll put you over here. I've put some clothes pegs on your feet so you can stand up again.
Yes, that was a good idea, Monkey Boy.
Yeah, I know. Right, anyway, guys, here we go. This package here contains something that I was really, really fond of as a child. The nostalgia quotient is high with this one. Now, before I show you what's inside, what happened was I commented on one of Dave's videos where these items were shown, and I just mentioned that I had them as a child and I really liked them. And Dave was kind enough to actually pick some up for me and send them along. It was a real surprise. When I received the parcel, I had no idea what was in it. And yeah, this really made my whole week. This was amazing. So without further ado, let's see what we've got inside. Yeah, there we are. We have 10, no less, muscle figures. Now, some of you may be aware of these and may have had these as a child. Let's just tilt the camera down a bit so we can see them a bit better. Yeah, now, these little toys, they actually originated in Japan in 1979. And they were called Kinnikuman. And they were originally produced by Bandai. And they are little sort of characters moulded in this sort of flesh-coloured plastic. And they were actually available in vending machines in Japan. And there were 236 official figures. You could get a wrestling ring play set with them as well. But yeah, 236 of these little buggers. And they were very popular. They were based on a Kinnikuman manga that was produced in the late 70s. Now, in the mid 80s, Mattel decided to relaunch this line, and they rebranded the name of the line. So instead of calling it Kinnikuman, they actually rebranded it as Muscle, and that was MUSCLE, and it was an acronym that stood for Millions of Unusual Small Creatures Lurking Everywhere. As you can see, they're really good. I'll show you these sort of one by one briefly. Really nice sculpts, very detailed for their size, and they were really, really good, and still are really, really good. So here we go. Now, a couple of these I did have as a child, so it's nice to see them again, but obviously with 236 available, you know, well, it speaks for itself really, doesn't it? There were a lot of them, but they're really cool. We've got a guy here with he looks a bit like Sloth from the Goonies. Well, not really. Anyway, he's got a couple of axes. We've got this guy here that looks a bit like the Ultimate Warrior, but with a strange gaping maw. But I mean, look at the detail. You've got all the hair and stuff. I mean, they're incredibly detailed for the size of them. What do you think of these, Skeletor?
I like them.
Have you got a favourite one?
Yes, the one you're about to show. The one with 6 arms. That's my favourite.
Okay, this one's Skeletor's favourite. It's a guy with 6 arms. He's pretty cool. He's got an excellent face. Let's see if we can get that to focus on his face. No. Yeah, he's pretty cool. So yeah. And then the last one here. This guy. Ooh, he looks like a bit of a bruiser. Yeah, he's cool. Now, later on in the line, Mattel actually re-released all these figures in different colours. There were, I think there were a total of 9 different colours you could get. But actually, for some of the colours, particularly the neon colours, you couldn't really appreciate the sculpts on the figures. It wasn't quite as apparent how detailed they were, because the colours sort of detracted from that, from the detail of the moulds. Now these guys were available in packs of 4 on a blister, in a pack of 10 which came in like a sort of garbage can, a translucent garbage can that had 10 inside, and they were also available in a 28 pack. Now, much like trading cards, when you would buy these, get these in the shop, sometimes you would end up with doubles of them. So you would take them into school and swap them with your friends, to sort of increase the variety of your army. So these were about as popular as Garbage Pail Kids stickers were. These were the 2 things that were heavily traded in my school. Most of the boys had muscle cards and Garbage Pail Kids cards, and we would trade them all backwards and forwards until we had loads. This piggy guy is quite cool. Now, VTR Dave wasn't to know this, but he's actually sent in this group, he's actually sent my favourite one as a kid, which was this guy here. We've just seen him a moment ago, but this was actually my favourite one as a child. He looks a bit quite Japanesey, doesn't he? A little bit like, I guess, a cross between a samurai and a sumo warrior. But I just love the detail on his sort of dress thing. As you can see, he's got the traditional sort of tie in the back there. And he's really cool, and this was my favourite one as a kid, so thank you so much, Dave. I'm really happy to see him again. That really did bring back some lovely nostalgic feelings when I saw this guy. I also had the guy with 6 arms, if I can find him. I also had this guy, which I liked a lot, and I also had this one here, this sort of bearded bruiser with spikes on his shoulders. So these are actually 3 that I used to own as a child, so I'm really pleased to have those again, Dave. Thank you so much. It was a really kind thing to do. You really didn't need to send me those, and I was very touched, and it nearly brought a tear to my eye, I must say, especially when I saw this guy again. That was incredible, because he was my number 1 as a child. So thank you so much, Dave. That's really, really kind. There's just someone off here just that wants to say thank you as well. General, you can come in now. I thought you'd be pleased to see him, Dave. So yeah, what have you got to say about these muscle figures? Well, I really like them. You've got a strange voice. You sound a bit like Skeletor. Yes, Monkey Boy, you're not very good at doing voices. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, what do you say to Dave for sending these in? Thank you so much, Dave. We really like these. They're fucking brilliant. Okay, you don't look happy enough. Do you want to maybe come off and try again? Okay. Right, you go off, and I'll come back on again looking slightly happier. Hey! So, there we go. Yeah, thanks ever so much, Dave. That's really kind of you to send those. It's a very thoughtful thing to do. I wasn't fishing for any gifts when I mentioned them, but I saw that you walked past a big box of them in your toy fair video, yeah, I didn't know if you knew what they were or not, but anyway, cool. So there we go, guys. That's a nice look at some muscle figures. I hope you found that interesting. There we go. There's my favourite one again. So yeah, guys, there we are. That's about the end of the video. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with any other hot toads you may know. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and do leave me a comment and let me know what you think of these muscle figures. Did you have them as a kid? What did you think of them? So yeah, there we go. A massive thank you again to VTR Dave. Go and check out his channel. I'll leave some links in the description. And go and give him a sub and tell him Monkey Boy sent you. And yeah, we'll see you next time. I'm going to make like a shepherd and get the flock out of here. See you later. Bye.
Bye.